Could it be two for the price of one for Rangers this summer? Not only could they be getting David Angelotti for Real Madrid, but he could be bringing a certain Luka Modric with him. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. You talk about one of the best double swoops of the century. Nobody really cares about David Angelotti. He might be good, he might not be good, but somebody we know who's certainly good, someone who's great, someone who's world class, someone who has proven the doubters wrong time and time again, someone who has defied age despite approaching 40, and I believe he's actually 40 now, and that is Luka Modric, one of the best players, in my opinion, to play for Real Madrid in the last decade, and I think the greatest player to come out of Croatia, up there with David Suker for sure.
Yes, I made that claim earlier on, but you know what? This would be fantastic. There's no two ways about it. Now, I don't think there's a high likelihood of it happening, for obvious reasons.
I would go as far as saying Luka Modric would be the best player to play in the Scottish Premier. I think he's the best. I think he'd be the best player to play in Scotland.
Ever?
Aye.
Even at 39? 40 by the time September rolls around.
Well, maybe not his prime, but I think that Luka Modric in his prime, his art is just as good as anyone that's played in Scotland.
Aye. Well, that's a fair thing to say, but... well, I mean, put it this way, I mean... it would be phenomenal. I mean, for the league, for the exposure it would get. I mean, who else is up there? Big Luka Modric.
Well, who in Scotland in their prime has been better than Luka Modric in his prime? I mean, you're slim pickings to suggest people that could even get close to Modric, never mind surpassing. You talk about big signings come to Scotland and big names and big superstars. This would be the biggest of them all.
The only problem is, though, he's 39, and I know you're talking about his prime, but his prime was long ago. But to be fair, I mean... I say his prime was long ago. Modric has started for Real Madrid all this season. To me, it's like, it's not even it would be absolutely insane if Rangers got this over the line. Now, there is numerous reports. I mean, I love the fact we're just glossing over David Angelotti because no one cares about him. But the National Scot, we get the Daily Record, you've got the Scottish Sun, BBC Sport, hell, you've even got, Madrid Universal on Twitter, saying, well, they've got 340,000 followers as well. Madrid Extra, they've got 2 million followers, so that's a key. They're talking about the fact that Luka Modric is seriously considering a move to Rangers after the Club World Cup. And these are the same Twitter accounts that broke the news about David Angelotti about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. So it's not like it's all horse shit, because he's the favourite for the job.
Here, if a year ago, if Luka Modric was good enough to play for Real Madrid and win the Champions League, then why is he not good enough to play for the next 3-4 seasons in the Scottish Premiership?
You say a year ago he was playing against Arsenal a couple of months ago.
No, true. But
he was playing in La Liga. He's playing with them right now in the Club World Cup.
Point is, the guy's still got it.
Yep.
And if he's good enough to play at that level, why is he not good enough to come and play for Rangers in the Scottish Premiership?
Well, of course he is, right?
I'm not going to sit here and say he's in his prime. I'm not going to sit here and say Rangers would get the best version of Luka Modric, but I believe a 40-year-old Luka Modric is better than anyone else in Scotland.
Yep. No, I would have to agree. And it's nothing to do with the fact he's coming to Rangers. I would say the same if he was going to Celtic. I mean, yeah, the guy's not... I mean, he's never been blessed with pace, but you can't go from playing for Real Madrid right now to, in a couple of months, he's not good enough for the Scottish Premiership. That can't happen. I know he's old.
Yeah, the decline just can't happen that quickly.
Yeah, no.
I doubt Luka Modric will just age overnight.
We have seen guys, right, like Charlie Adam, play for Dundee at like 37 and still look alright, and that's Charlie Adam. This is Luka Modric. Literally one of the best, central midfielders of the 21st century. We're not talking about a Diddy man here.
The question is, if Luka Modric did come to Rangers, that would require a hefty...
But he's made his money. Right? I think why this is going to happen... Well, no, it's not going to happen, but I think if it were to happen, David Angelotti must be good friends with Luka Modric. Luka Modric would be coming as like a player coach. I think he'd be looking to dip his toes into, coaching and managerial. Now, according to Get French Football News...
Does that not kind of go down the line where it seems like this Rangers are being used as a project? if Luka Modric is coming to experiment with dipping his toes into the coaching role.
I will.
If I can use it...
I'd rather Luka Modric dip his toes into Rangers than Rangers dip their toes into shite, because that feels like that's all it's been for years. No, if there's anybody out there sticking their nose up at Luka Modric because he's treating this as a wee bit of a project, then I don't know what to do.
No, I never understood,
Ronaldo's out of a club as well.
No, I didn't understand. Why was Barry Ferguson like hell-bent on referring to David Angelotti as a project, but he doesn't think himself, who at best was League One, and Neil McCann and all the other Orange guys? How come that wasn't a project?
All the other Orange guys?
No, but they weren't proven, like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, they weren't. No, they absolutely weren't.
Was Barry... Were Rangers... Was the club not treating Rangers a bit like a project by bringing Barry in? See if they gave Barry the job. Would that not... Would Barry not be a project? It's not the finished article.
I think Barry would. Of course it'd be a project. Gerrard's having to do... Would have... Whoever comes in, it's a complete rebuild. Arguably, whoever comes in, it's a project. But Luka Modric, guys, it's a no-brainer.
Well, it seems to be a 2-for-1 special. You ain't going to get Modric without Angelotti.
Aye, but
if Angelotti comes, there's a good chance he's bringing Modric with him. So, and Angelotti's came out and said that he wants the job.
Yep.
Before, there seemed to be a bit of a stalling, hesitation, and we didn't really know if he wanted to go to Brazil or whether he wanted to pick and choose when he wanted the Rangers job or whatnot. There was rumours that he wanted to delay it because he was planning on, participating with his dad in some of the Brazil games, but now it appears he actually wants the job. And
not the problem is, so it's, Angelotti held the meeting with Rangers in London. It went well. See if Modric was going from... See if he was coming from... literally anyone else other than Real Madrid here. We're talking the cream of the crop. The team that's won the most Champions League, and he's literally been starting for them this season. We're not talking about... it's not like Aaron Ramsey at Juventus, where he was frozen out, and the only real obstacle was like the 400,000 a week he was on, or whatever.
Well, if we go back to odds, Angelotti is once again the favourite. If we go with Bet365, he's 1-3. Steven Gerrard's 5-2. So it's switched. Steven Gerrard was the favourite, and now he... And I'd agree with that. I think a week ago it looked like it was Steven Gerrard.
Yep.
It seemed to be Steven Gerrard. CJ Noble had a video saved weeks in advance, Steven Gerrard, and he published that about 5 days ago. He must have thought it was Gerrard as well.
Yep.
But now it looks like the tide is turning, and it seems to be Angelotti who's once again the favourite. At this stage, is it definitely one of the two?
I think it's between these two. But this is just the effect that like Gerrard and Ancelotti have.
Like Russell Martin,
bring guys in. Who's Russell Martin bringing in? Apart from depression.
True.
You know what I mean? No. Ancelotti, right, has got a bunch of Real Madrid contacts. Gerrard is obviously, Liverpool, whatever. Could English, except people want to play for Gerrard. Who wants to play for Russell Martin? No one. Now, the rumours are is that he's also had offers from Inter Miami and Al Nassr. Ronaldo's recently left Al Nassr, so I think that takes him a wee bit off the table. Inter Miami currently got Messi, Busquets, Alba, and Suarez.
No disrespect to those leagues, but I don't think they help your career. See Inter Miami, I think you can go to the MLS and win it, and it doesn't really do much for you.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the MLS and do shite, and at the same time, it doesn't really negatively affect you that bad. I don't see how, you look at Gerrard, he got that move to Aston Villa, and he got offers for Newcastle off the back of what he did at Rangers.
Yep.
I'm not convinced if Gerrard went to Inter Miami and won the MLS, he would walk into a Premiership team.
No.
I think that just, honestly, see if you're not playing football in Europe's where you want to be.
But it does beg the question about, is Luka Modric at the age where he's just too old for like a top Premier League team to take a punt on him? So it either has to be the retirement home or a lesser league?
No, I don't think so. I think he'd be here.
Why wouldn't Ange get him?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Tottenham, man.
Yeah, if you're Ange Postecoglou and you can get Modric on a free and he's interested in going back to Spurs, why would you not offer him a 1-year deal?
Yep.
It seems like
Champions League football.
It seems like a no-brainer. I certainly don't think Modric would be having a lack of options. That it's either Rangers or retirement. I mean, come on, I think Modric, he's too good for the Scottish Premiership.
No, of course he is. No, I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and deny that, but tell you what, Rangers' chances of going through the Champions League qualifiers with this guy in the centre of the park drastically go up. I'm sticking with a 3 out of 10 rating in terms of the likelihood, because I don't think it's impossible. I mean, David Angelotti, there's truth to it. The rumours are there.
I just don't see it. I just don't see a world where Modric is
lining up
in a Rangers shirt. Yeah, in a Rangers shirt, you know, and on a plastic pitch at Livy, you know, and you got Modric shaking hands with Martindale. I just don't see that happening. Like, you know, I mean, Modric playing these killer passes on the plastic pitch. I'm just no seeing it.
Like, see as much right as we can't see it. It would be great for the league.
Yeah, it'd be great for Rangers and shirt sales.
Fuck aye.
I mean, who wouldn't they want Modric on the back of their shirt?
Everybody would get Modric on the back yet.
Relatively cheap as well, only 6 letters. So, I mean,
not too bad.
But we're going to have to wait and see. Modric to Rangers, it would be some signing.
Of course it would be. Boy, you rating out of 10? I give it a 3.
You know, I think it's less than that, man. I think it's like a 1 out of 10.
2? Yeah, 2. Well, it's a 2 average.
I'll give it 1 out of 10, so there you go. You're 3, my 1. That equals at a 2 there. 2 out of 10 chances of this happening. Hope it does happen. Would be great to see Modric in Scottish football. A legend of the football. You know, one of the best midfielders that we've seen in the last 2 decades. If he's going to play his stuff in Scotland for a season or 2 before calling it a day, I mean, that would be phenomenal. But again, it heavily relies on David Angelotti, because I just don't see a world where David Angelotti doesn't come to Rangers but Modric does. You know, that doesn't seem legit. Does it make the David Angelotti permanent appointment more appealing, the fact that you get Modric with him?
Of course it does.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this could be enough to swing people if they want Angelotti over Gerrard.
It's enough swung me.
You know, I mean, some people just weren't sold on Angelotti, like, oh, he's never done anything, he's never managed, but if you're getting Angelotti and he's bringing Modric alongside him, then all of a sudden you're thinking, you know what, fuck, I'll take a chance on this guy just for the reason we want Modric alone. It's like,
and it's not just Modric. I'm sure there'll be other Real Madrid players linked, you know, like youth players to bring in on loan and shit, and other players he's worked with. So Angelotti, I think Gerrard's getting blown out, folks. You can't be linked with Luka. Gerrard's going to need to tap into some of his pals. Get them fucking lined up for the job.
Who's he going to bring? Michael fucking Owen or something?
Martin Skirtle. Jamie Carragher, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Who's he?
Debbie.
Who's he going to bring?
Anybody, come on.
Mo Salah?
Bring the heat. Fuck, he wants to bring Mo Salah if he wants. Ronaldo's out of your club.
We'll wait and see, guys, but that's it. Angelotti, he's the new favourite. Will he be at Rangers? Who knows? They need to get this appointment done, though, don't they? I mean, no point beating around the bush anymore. Just get the manager in, and it's been a while. I mean, the longer they leave it, the more the fans are going to be unrest. They just want to see the new manager in, and they want to see signings, and it's hard to get excited for the upcoming season when the club's got this uncertainty hanging over it.
See, Rangers' pre-season ends or starts at the 23rd of June. That is less than a month away. That's a couple of weeks.
The manager should be sorted well before that even begins.
Yep.
Anyway, I'd expect. What do you think? I would say we're on. What are we on? We're on the 28th right now. I think that June 10th of June would be 2 Mondays away. I think they've got to have somebody in place by then.
Of course, no, they've got to, but the takeover has to be coming as well. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, it has to be confirmed. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. Angelotti, Modric, is that a good combo? Will they come to Rangers? You let us know in the comments. Till next time, peace.